Chris is knocked out right now. We are at the hospital getting him ready for surgery for the second time this year for his shoulder, his rotator cuff. I forgot to film the process, like him in the beginning talking about it, but I just remembered, and he's already asleep, knocked out. Let me show you. He's knocked out. Just that?
No.
How are you feeling?
I'm still tired.
You tired?
Yeah.
You were knocked out earlier.
It was like 10 minutes.
They called you a cheap date.
My friend, they put some nuts in my IV. First put some in my IV, and I was just like, babe, he put some in my IV to make me go to sleep.
He's a doctor, he's supposed to do that.
Bamboozled me. Cause I was like, no, I'm not going to sleep. I was like, and I just woke up. Wait, is the shirt? Damn it, it's not done yet.
How do you feel? Tired?
There's been a whole hour.
Ready for the surgery?
Yeah.
They said it's gonna take like an hour and a half to 2. That's including like for like the recovery room and everything.
So what do you want to do?
I'm gonna go to the market.
Okay. I'm gonna come back.
No, I'm gonna leave you here.
I'm gonna be the first time. Bet. Take it off, bet.
How do you feel?
I'm still sleepy.
How does your shoulder feel?
It's still numb. My fingers are still tingling.
Do you like this outcome better than the first time?
I believe so. At least it looks like it's patched up more.
Many unbearable hours later.
Where are we at? Where are we at?
Red Robin.
I forgot to record this, but
Damn, babe.
this is how it looks. This is really good.
Oh.
It doesn't look as pleasant anymore.
This is what it looks like now. Bitch, what the picture look like? That's what it looked like before.
This is what it looked like before we devoured some of it. So, it is, it is the 14th, Thursday. Is today Thursday? Monday, Tuesday? Yeah. So, it's Thursday the 14th, and it's been 3 days since Chris got his surgery. And I've been meaning to film, but the first day on Tuesday, the day he's supposed to get the day he got his surgery, I completely just went over my head. I forgot to film the process because I got like a few clips of him, like when they drugged him up and stuff. But that day was just so crazy. We got there at like 11:40, and they said that he needed to be there 12:15. And then around like almost 1 o'clock, they took him in the back, and then I just waited there for like almost an hour, and my plan was to drive and get groceries, and like while he's in surgery, you know, get groceries, take him to the house, and then pick up my coat because it was snowing that day, and it was so cold, and yeah, but I was trying to figure out like if he went into surgery already, just because like I didn't want to like be out and about and like, oh, you know, he came out, and I had no idea like my time frame. I just wanted to know my time frame stuff. So they had like a questionnaire on the wall, so I was reading, and the nurse came by. She was like, do you need any help? I was like, yeah, actually I'm trying to figure out if someone went into surgery. And she's like, oh. So I gave him the name, and they brought me to the back, and he was just there. They were just prepping him I guess. They're just asking him questions, getting him ready. But the thing is, he stood there we were in the back for like 3 hours. We got there at 11:40, and he was in the back from like almost 1 to around 4 o'clock. That's when they finally took him to the OR. So we were sitting there for hours, and then they called me around 5:30, and I was ready as soon as, they're like, okay, we're gonna take him back to the OR now. And they had my number to call me when he was out. And so as soon as he went, I went to Walmart to get groceries, because I know like he was gonna get out of surgery and I didn't want to leave him by himself. So I made sure we were stocked up and everything so I can take care of him. And as soon as I got home and I finished unloading everything, and then I went to go grab my coat, the surgeon had called me saying, everything went well and he's out already. They're waking him up and sending him to recovery. And so I was like, okay. And I was already literally out the door. So I was turning on the car, and it was so cold that day, and it had just started snowing around 1 o'clock. I didn't stick, but it was freezing. So mind you, I can't drive at night. I can drive, but I cannot see anything. Even wearing my glasses, because they're not my prescription anymore, and I have such a stronger prescription. I had got my eyes checked before we left California, and I was a last minute type person, so I did it right before we left, and my glasses were not going to be done by the time before we were gonna drive to the East Coast. So I didn't have time to do that. And when I went to go get my prescription for my new glasses, they were like, oh yeah, your prescription has changed dramatically. So the glasses I do have, where are they? These, they don't do anything anymore. I put them on and I can see just slightly better, but it doesn't make a difference. I'm still squinting. It doesn't help at all. So since the time difference, it's getting darker faster. So literally, when he went into surgery, it was 4 o'clock. No, not 4 o'clock. 3? Was it 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock? Yeah, 4 o'clock. He went in at 4 o'clock, and it was already like this. It was getting dark. So by the time I drove back to go pick him up, it was already pitch black. So I got there, and it was almost 6 when I got there. And when I went to where I was at in the waiting room, all the lights were off. So I was like, okay, so I don't think I'm supposed to be waiting here. So I went to the receptionist, and he was just oh, I have no idea. He's but every time they bring out someone, it's usually right here. He's you could just wait right here. And I was so I stood there waiting for 5 minutes, and I was okay, I don't feel like I'm in the right spot. And okay, so yeah, I was I don't feel like I'm in the right spot. And I went to another receptionist, and she was oh yeah, you just go all the way down the hall. I forgot what I was saying in the other clip. I think I was saying something the receptionists were giving me the runarounds, and I couldn't find where you were. So then I have his location on, and you have your location on. But I was walking to it, and then I ran into this nurse, and she said she was looking for me. And then I found him. And by the time we left, it was 9 o'clock. So now we're just doing his cryotherapy.
All along with me, and we're waiting for the sunlight, sunlight, for the sunlight, sunlight.
not the dogs. Because there sounds like scratches, like when they move.
Yeah.
Alright, some creepy shit is going on right now. But, today we went to...
The orthopedic.
Today we went to the orthopedics to get his cryotherapy machine. See, that's the dogs. Sorry, just weird noises coming up from upstairs. But that buzzing sound is his cryotherapy machine. And then after that we went to Red Robin.
Yum.
And we finally had the chocolate brownie cake
Yeah.
that we keep saying we're gonna get, but we don't end up getting, but we finally got it today. Then we went to Marshall's. And then we just came home.
And that's where we're at right now.
Yeah, and his machine.
I'm in my water box.
Yeah,
Take this to the beach.
it's cooler. But yeah, that's what we did today. Nothing too exciting, but we did stuff today. And yeah, give this video a thumbs up. It's a little all over the place because
We're all over the place.
yeah. So weird. That is so creepy. Okay.
Sound like a refrigerator. Sound like the refrigerator door's like open.
Yeah, it sounds like someone was opening and closing it like really hard. Literally, we keep hearing a noise and it literally does sound like someone's opening the fridge and then slamming it closed. But he just went up there and it didn't even happen. As soon as we came downstairs, it happened again. But anyways, we're gonna deal with that. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and stay tuned with our journey of this, which is our life.
The chapters in our life.
Yeah, the chapters in our lives. And yeah. So like, subscribe, stay tuned for some chapters in our lives.
Until next time.